Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It is Friday, July the 17th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local market is set for a negative start with ASX futures down around 15 points. Global equity markets came under selling pressure overnight as investors offloaded heavyweight chip stocks, while the US dollar and Treasury yields rose as the Middle East war intensified. On Wall Street, a more than 4% drop in semiconductor stocks weighed heavily on the broader market. Shares of Netflix fell nearly 8% in after-hours trade after its third quarter revenue and earnings predictions came in below Wall Street targets. It's forecasting $12.8 billion in revenue in the September quarter and is facing increased competition from YouTube and TikTok. Memory chip makers were among the biggest laggards, with SanDisk, Western Digital, Seagate and Intel falling heavily. And US listed shares of TSMC fell even after the advanced AI chipmaker reported better than expected results. SpaceX shares slumped further, having lost more than $900 billion from its closing high last month, and shares of SK Hynix, which made a record-setting debut last week, dropped around 12%. Intuitive Surgical maintained its 2026 forecast after beating Wall Street estimates for second quarter profit and revenue on strong demand for its surgical systems, but its shares fell 9% in extended trade. Healthcare stocks rose, led by United Health after beating earnings estimates and hiking its 2026 forecast, and Abbott beat quarterly estimates and raised its annual profit forecast on strong demand for its cancer diagnostics business. United Airlines fell as surging oil prices weighed on its forward guidance, while GE Aerospace dropped sharply even after the company lifted its 2026 profit forecast. And Uber has agreed to buy German food delivery company Delivery Hero for close to $15 billion. Well, US forces say they've begun a new wave of strikes against Iran for the sixth consecutive night to further degrade Iranian military capabilities, while Iran has countered with missiles and drones targeting US military bases in neighbouring states, including a barrage at recently expanded airbase in Jordan. In the latest US economic data, retail sales rose 0.2% in June as fuel prices dropped, while online spending surged, prompting economists to upgrade their second quarter growth estimates to 2.4% annualised rate for the US economy. And US mortgage rates rose to their highest level in almost a year, as the Middle East hostilities renewed concern about inflation. The average rate on a 30-year fixed loan was 6.55%. US Treasury yields modestly higher, the 10-year note at 4.56%, the 2-year was up to 4.15%, the Aussie 10-year is at around 4.89%. US dollar index higher, while the Aussie is currently trading at 70 US cents. Well, the re-escalation of war between the US and Iran has largely halted all traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, while Iran has asked Yemen's Houthi movement to be prepared to close the Red Sea oil export route. Yet oil prices settled little changed overnight, with Brent crude closing at around $85 a barrel. Gold has fallen to a more than 2-week low, down 2% to around $3,970 an ounce. Copper's off marginally, iron ore down to $100 a tonne, and Bitcoin is currently trading at around $64,000. Locally today, it is quiet on the data docket, while Northern Star is set to release its quarterly update. That is your day ahead. We'll see you again on Monday.